Got what should be a great matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Miami Dolphins. With that, let's get down to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. Leading this crew out is their electrifying signal caller, 7-time Pro Bowler, 2-time NFL MVP. You all know him, Steve Young.
Ready to break. Hey, pick your game up. Hey, Delta, come. Get it.
Here's a man who played his final 5 seasons as a Chief. It's Marcus Allen. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down, it's Allen. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now Young, looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Holt, and he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Holt. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. 55 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Chiefs now under their veteran head coach, Andy Reid. Leading them out, the reigning MVP of the National Football League, Patrick Mahomes, in his 3rd season now out of Texas Tech. And few players have had the spotlight focused on them quite like Patrick Mahomes. But this is a guy that says he wants that attention. He's okay with a target on his back. We saw how electric he can be in 2018, and he wants to continue that into 2019 and beyond. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Alex Collins, 40 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. On a bit of a somber note here as the Dolphins head out. The Miami community recently mourning the loss of a Hall of Famer in every sense of the word, Nick Bonacani, a linebacker and leader of that famed no-name defense on the undefeated. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Now a first down throw for Young. Going up top. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Young to throw again on 2nd and 10. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
On 3rd down, it's Allen, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot. And on that play, they were able to stop him short of a first down.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Marcus Allen, 35 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Alshon Jeffrey working his way back out there now to help lead this offense. And you look at the numbers, not only has he not caught a pass, they haven't targeted him yet, and we're coming up toward halftime.
And you remember our meeting with the coach beforehand? What did he tell us about him? I write his number on my play sheet, and I circle it in bold type, because I want to make sure he gets the ball and often.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes, because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Now Steve Young and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw, Young. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarters.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Steve Young. Got a man open. It's the Hall of Famer, Kellen Winslow. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Here's Young. They'll indeed go for it. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
On 1st down, Allen. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a give, right side. Allen. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Look at me. Go. Shoot.
It's Young on 1st down. That is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, a 22. Young to throw it. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Zach Brown making his presence felt in the backfield. On 2nd and goal. Young, that's going to be caught by Harrison for a Miami touchdown. Marvin Harrison, as the first half is winding down. The Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Delayed give to Collins.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Mahomes now to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has certainly been one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference as the teams have already come back out onto the field for the second half. So let's get you back out as well to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Set to take over, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say you want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Throwing again on second down. Mahomes.
And this is Ertz with it, right side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Mahomes to throw. He may try and run for this.
And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the first down marker.
He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up fourth down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Watch out for Hill on the return.
A good return there, 17 yards, and it'll be Dolphin football. The spotlight now focuses in on the quarterback, and that's Steve Young. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Here's Allen. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup.
They stay on the ground with Allen. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
On the ready.
First and 10, Young. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Here's Young to throw again.
complete. That's Holt. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone, and he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up the block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
Come on now, let's go.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Check me out.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. They run with Collins. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. From just shy of midfield, Mahomes. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And this is incomplete. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
22 jet bomber.
Now a carry for Allen. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On second down now, it's Allen, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll run on first down. It's Allen. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Young on third down. And that will be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield. To try again after the sack. Mahomes. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Throwing is Mahomes on third, and that is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
The second down throw for Steve Young, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Young. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. That's going to be caught. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Chiefs are able... To draw a bit closer. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the two-point try.
Key to tight end, key to tight end.
One final try for Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, they tried to get two and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Now, after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.